Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Homage to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatab Yawa'ala coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I just wanted to get into a quick topic, all right, quick lesson. Lord's will is edifying. But basically just, being comforted, all right, through the times to come and remembering the scriptures, all right. And I'm gonna grab a couple scriptures to show, that the Lord is gonna be with us, as this tribulation comes upon us, all right. And we can see what's going on in the world, all right. You got these banks failing, you can see everything leading up to Jacob's trouble, all right. And Esau is gonna create that chaos, and then come up with that solution, that pseudo solution, that, like the brother said, the pseudo salvation. All right, which, there's only one salvation, all right? Because ultimately, if you go by way of what Esau's pushing, what the devil is pushing, it's going to lead to death, all right? And the only salvation is by way of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, all right? But see, through all these things, he gives us comfort, all right? He's going to give us the things we need, okay, to maneuver, all right, when all hell's breaking loose. But I'm going to start with this. This is 2nd Ezra 2. And I'll start at verse 26. It says, "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and happiness come," Salak, "the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." All right, so what is it saying? Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. Why are the others going to be weeping and sorrowful? Because they're going to be confused. All right, Esau is creating a situation to where if you have no foundation, all right, you haven't been, you don't understand what's going on in the world. You don't understand prophecy. Ultimately, you haven't been given that gift of faith. All right, you're going to be bugging out. Okay, the scriptures talk about, men's hearts failing them for fear. All right, men's travailing like a woman who's pregnant, roughly paraphrasing. All right, why? Because the majority of people in this world have been fed a lie, all right, and they haven't been given a true foundation. They haven't been given the truth, all right. They don't know what's going on, or they've outright denied it, okay, and they trust in a system that is failing, or they trust in a system that is gonna fail, okay. And they haven't been trusting in the one who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus, whose true name is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who runs everything, who is in control of everything. All right, so while others are going crazy, weeping, being sorrowful, being confused, all right, being in an anxious state, it says, "But thou shalt be merry and have abundance." So, Lord's will, we're of that number. The elect, all right, are going to be merry and have abundance. Ultimately, they're going to be merry and have abundance because they have this truth. All right, they have this knowledge and wisdom, which is going to make them stable. Isaiah 33:6. Okay, they're going to know to rely on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai when the times get tough, because they've been doing it thus far. All right, and ultimately they understand that relying on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that yes, when we come into these times of trouble, when we come into these times of testing, all right, because that's all it is a test. If we stay faithful, we stay truthful, all right, we stay sincere, and we keep our integrity, the Lord will provide for us. All right, the Lord will give us food. The Lord will give us substance to be able to maneuver in these troubling times. All right, that's why we have the scriptures to remember, the stories of when the Lord fed, prophets. The Lord fed different men of the Lord. All right, even in the time of the wilderness, all right, the Lord had manna rain down from the sky, all right, to feed the nation of Israel. Okay, and that those were the wicked Israelites who still didn't keep faith. All right, but how much more his elect that actually keep the faith? He's gonna provide for them. All right, so when we see these things going on in the world, all right, when we understand that that day of trouble, Jacob's trouble, is gonna approach us very soon, we don't need to be fearful. All right, our hope outweighs any other emotion. Okay, it says, "The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord." So even these heathen, all right, they're not going to be able to do anything against us. If the Lord doesn't sanction it, All right, they're not going to be able to do anything against us. All right. And yes, we know there's going to be trying times. We're going to be put into prison. All right, Esau is going to come down with great wrath. All right, but ultimately, if it's not sanctioned through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, it's not going to happen. All right, but even if we are put into prison, even if we are put to death, okay, by the wicked, the Lord will give us that faith to endure. All right, the strength to endure. Okay? But it's going to be like we have a force field out here to where these people can't mess with us. All right? It says, my hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. All right? And that's our hope. Okay? That's what the Lord promised. All right? That there's going to be troubling times, but the Lord is going to get us through. All right? 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter. One of my favorite verses. And the 13th verse, it says, there is no temptation taking you but such as is common to man. All right. And you know, that ultimate temptation is going to come through way of the MOTB. And we can see, you know, what's going on in the world today. That's Esau's agenda, whatever you want to call it, New World Order, Great Reset. It all leads to what? The MOTB. All right. Which is going to have a great temptation. Okay. And not just the financial system, what the food. All right, the farmland, everything is being disrupted to where if you're in this society, okay, Esau is going to make it very tempting for you to rely upon him. All right, but the elect, who are they going to rely? The scriptures say they love not their lives unto death. Who are they going to rely on? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. But it says, there hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, so these things that are put upon us, the Lord's not going to tempt us to where we bug out. All right, he's not going to tempt us to the point to where we accept Esau's, you know, system. All right, accept his MOTB. The Lord is going to make a way for us to escape if we're of the elect. The Lord's will, we're of the elect. All right. So when these troubling times come, okay, we know that if we keep our faith and our trust in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, all right, he's going to make a good on his promise. All right, he's not going to suffer us to be tempted above that we are able. He's going to give us the strength to be able to abound in the base, to be able to deal with things when we have abundance and to deal with things when we have nothing. All right, because ultimately we don't truly ever have nothing. All right, because we have this knowledge and wisdom. All right, I quoted it earlier, but that's what's most important. Isaiah 33:6. Because like when these people, like when I mentioned it before, when these people are bugging out, all right, we understand that, hey, we got to just take it and be patient and understand that, hey, some way, somehow the Lord is going to provide. He's not going to suffer us to be tempted more than we are able. All right, Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay, so this is why we're doing the things now. All right, we're building ourselves up by way of the Ruach HaKodesh, by way of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Ruach HaKodesh. All right, to be able to stand in these times to come. All right, that's why, you know, we watch the lessons, we do the lessons, we read. All right, we study. All right, we practice what we preach to the best of our abilities, because we understand, you know, staying true to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, doing what he says, we're going to be stable. All right, when he says not to take that MOTB, we're going to remember the scriptures. All right, we're going to remember the punishments. We're going to have hope for the salvation and you know, the scriptures like we just read about having being merry and having abundance. And no, and that's going to ultimately not let us take that MOTB. Okay? Ultimately, it's everything is by way of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. But see, the elect are going to have this knowledge and wisdom to be stable. Okay? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. It says, and strength of salvation. Okay? This is the strength of our salvation. Relying on Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai and actually utilizing the knowledge, which is wisdom, to maneuver in the world. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure, and that's the ultimate thing, to have the fear of the Lord. Okay, to not have the fear of the Lord shall outweigh any other fear. All right, and the scriptures ultimately say this: Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai doesn't give us the spirit of fear. Okay, so when we fear the Lord, we're gonna do exactly what he says. All right, when we fear the Lord, we're not gonna bow down to what Esau is pushing. We're not gonna bow down and fold under his threats, under his pressure. All right, we're gonna take the pressure. All right, we're gonna have hope, and we're gonna keep the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, Lord's will, we're of that number. Okay, but yeah, just a quick lesson I wanted to get into, just to show that, hey, the Lord, he promised us to basically to get us through these times that are coming, and we can see everything is headed towards Jacob's trouble. All right, everything is headed towards a great testing period, to where we're not going to have things for a time. But see, then we have these scriptures to remind us that the Lord will give us the things that we need, all right, in the times to come. Yeah, but Lord's will, this was edifying. Once again, Kol Halayim Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Ball.